Gorilla Monsoon.
And Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Prime Time Wrestling, featuring the superstars of the World Wrestling Federation. And we have an exciting card lined up for you this week, do we not, Bobby?
As always.
As always. In fact, you're going to deliver what you promised last week, and you're going to take a look at your new Super Korean star. Is that correct?
Well, I've been kind enough. See, last week I was insulted by you, and this week I am going to show my Korean star how big he is, everything about the man.
Well, it should be interesting.
It'll be interesting.
And of course, our feature this week, Dynamite Kid and Brutus Beefcake. Of course, Dynamite was the one who was instrumental in stripping the Dream Team of the title in the Rosemont Horizon, Chicago.
If you want to call a cheap shot from the outside instrumental, you can call it that.
If anyone knows anything about cheap shots, that's right up your alley, Bobby. You certainly know that. We're going to take a look at Mike Rotundo, Golden Boy Danny Spivey, the fantastic flying Rougeau Brothers, Jacques and Raymond. You know a great deal about them.
Batman and Robin.
They don't resemble in any way, shape, or form Batman.
No, but they kind of, you know, when you see Batman and Robin, the Cape Crusader, and how Robin was always the wimp of the group, and how Batman stood for justice and order, that's how I picture the Rougeau Brothers.
Well, I don't think you'd want to make any detrimental remarks or unkind remarks about the Rougeaus, especially when they're around. And if their father happens to be in earshot, you'd be in trouble as well.
Last thing I'm going to do is tip over a rocking chair with an old guy with a shawl on.
Right now, wrestling fans, we're going to go to Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens and take a look as CV Offie takes on Jake the Snake Roberts. Let's go to Toronto.
It must be kind of obvious, even to the most ignorant man, that I'm not going to wrestle tonight.
Get a job 9 to 5.
But I'll tell you something. As far as I'm concerned, you can give this coconut picker the match, because I will never wrestle again in Toronto until I get a chance at Ricky Steamboat and my type of match. And you can like it or leave it, but you can have the match, boy. You can have the match. The match is all yours, you understand, huh? It's all yours, so you take it and be happy, because it saved your life.
Jake the Snake Roberts here forfeiting the match, says he won't wrestle until he wrestles Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Give me a break.
Shows you how bad he wants the Dragon. To forfeit a match, he wants the Dragon.
Well, CV Offie is going home with all the money.
I don't think Jake's worried about the money. He's got
surprise here in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens. Gorilla Monsoon along with Bobby Heenan. Oh, look out! Just as Offie was leaving the ring, the Snake put the boots to him. Look at this. Tell me he's not upset about forfeiting the match.
This is a message. This is a message going to...
Look out, DDT. Jake the Snake Roberts dropping a DDT on CV Offie after he came out and forfeited the match, claiming he would never wrestle again here in Toronto until he met Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in his kind of match. What did he mean by that?
I don't know, but I hope old Pineapple Breath is watching this right now, because if he's smart, he'd be packing and bags and heading back to Maui.
Well, you better hope that the Dragon did not hear those derogatory remarks of yours. Rougeau Brothers coming out here.
Batman and Robin.
Rougeau Brothers coming out to take a look at CV Offie, who was delivered the DDT. He's down and out of this.
Why bother coming out? They can see he's out cold from back there.
We're going to need some medical assistance here, I'm sure, for CV Offie.
Yeah, anybody got a blotter?
You're being facetious now. Very concerned, Jacques and Raymond, the Rougeau brothers.
From the angle I got here, Monsoon looks like he's got neck damage.
Well, could be.
You shouldn't move him. Of course, the Rougeau brothers aren't the brightest guys in the world.
Trying to get CV up to his feet here. Oh, he's not going to be able to stand up. We're going to need some kind of medical assistance here.
You know what that means if he can't stand up? He could have spinal damage.
Well, it's very possible, yes. Cervical, thoracic, and lumbar regions of the vertebrae take a tremendous pounding on that DDT move.
You shouldn't move him.
Just like a jackhammer action. We're going to try to get a medical report for you as we go along in our program to keep you updated here on what's happened to CV. He's down on his back again. Obviously delirious here. Doesn't know friend from foe.
None of those savages do.
Now he's back up on his feet once again, but the legs are not moving too well. Going out with the help of the Rougeau brothers.
The right leg looks like it's in trouble.
Yep. Siviafi at the hands of the Jake the Snake Roberts after he forfeited the match with that big DDT, laid it on him.
Well, all you got to do is go shake a tree and another one will fall down. There's plenty of them where that came from.
Give me a break. Stay with us, wrestling fans. Plenty more action still to come. We'll be back.
Boy, you were just tickled pink with that despicable display by Jake the Snake Roberts, weren't you?
Well, I like a man that can take action. I like a man that shows people exactly what's happening.
Pearl Harbor type action.
If it has to be done, it has to be done.
What if you for you or something else, you know that?
Thank you.
You probably put him up to that, if I know you.
No, I have
He might have
nothing
been
to
a
do.
little bit reluctant about meeting Siviafi, knowing the credentials that youngster carries around.
He's probably got a passport with his picture on it. Probably no name, just a number. That's his credentials.
Highly unlikely, Bobby the Brain Heenan. It certainly was. You know, it cost Jake the Snake Roberts quite a bit of money to do that. In fact, I understand that Frank Tunney's going to lay an additional, Jack Tunney, I'm sorry, a fine on him. That's the president of the World Wrestling
Oh, he
Federation.
loves to do that. He loves to levy fines. He loves to suspend people. Do you ever really suspend anybody, Jack Tunney? You come on, tell me.
We're back, wrestling fans, and talk about contrasting styles. We're going to take a good look at two individuals right now in Scotty McGee and Hercules Hernandez. Completely different styles, and I think that Scotty McGee has enough speed and agility, Bobby, to get by Hercules.
Oh, he certainly does. Anytime any wrestler gets in the ring, he can beat another wrestler.
Even with his new manager.
Slick.
Oh, give me a break.
The Slickster.
Fred Blassie selling half of everything he owns to a guy named Slick. We'll tell you more about him later. Right now, let's go down to ringside.
Introducing from Scotland, weighing 225 pounds, Scott McGee. His opponent from Florida, weighing 260 pounds, Hercules Hernandez.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens. Gorilla Monsoon here at ringside with my colleague and co-host this week here in the World Wrestling Federation broadcast position, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Well, the reason I'm sitting here, Monsoon, is not to only add my expertise to professional wrestling. I'm here to give you a hand if needed.
Thank you very much. I certainly appreciate it.
Oh, don't mention it.
Tremendous matchup here right off the bat. Hercules Hernandez out of Tampa, Florida. Latest find of the fashion plate, the cheapskate, Freddie Blassie, against Scotty McGee from Scotland.
Man's not here to defend himself, and you call him
Well, if he
names.
was here, I'd still call him old deep pockets, even if he was standing right here. He resembles that remark, Bobby. Of course, you resemble that remark in a lot of respects as well. Oh, and
I
all
have no
this
idea what
money
you're
around the
referring
World
to.
Wrestling Federation. Understand that Jack Tunney was looking for you today. Promoter here in Toronto.
If Jack Tunney wants to give me money, he knows where to find me.
No, he wants to know why you haven't paid the money that you owe already.
I owe nothing. I do not owe a soul.
You know, as president of the World Wrestling Federation, he certainly has the power to garnish your wages.
Let him try it. I'll not only be host of this show, I'll be promoter. I'll be president of the World Wrestling Federation. I will change the name of the World Wrestling Federation. It'll be called the Brain Enterprises.
Brain Enterprises. Oh, nice block. Big roundhouse piston drop kick out of nowhere by Scotty, and another one. And the big guy is down. Wow.
You've seen a lot of wrestlers come and go, haven't you, Monsoon?
And the managers come and go too, yes.
And announcers come and go, too.
Absolutely. What is it?
I don't know. I don't even feel like I should even bother talking to you.
Oh, my God.
I was going to make a compliment to Hercules Hernandez. The guy looks like he's put about 2 inches on his arm and chest.
Oh, look at that one-arm power slam.
Definitely.
He said, how about it, boy? Well, Scotty's not exactly a boy. Youngster. He's a boy, you know, next to you and I, he's a boy, but
You put yourself in your own category. Don't categorize me.
I haven't seen you putting on the wrestling togs of late. You semi-retired?
Oh, no, I'm not retired. I'm not retired from a thing. But I'll tell you the reason I haven't gotten into the ring is because I've made a vow to myself and a promise to myself not to let anybody anymore put their dirty, sweaty hands on me.
Including the members of your stable, family.
Oh, another tremendous move by Scotty, and a beautiful drop kick once again. Arm drag and a beauty. The youngsters got a lot of fire. Hernandez taking a hike here. Very clever on his part to break the momentum of the youngster, Scotty McGee, as he's had it all going his way so far.
I was just going to say that.
Okay. I will give you equal time. You can speak anytime you like. I will keep quiet.
That'll be the day.
Hercules, do you know a great deal about him, Bonnie?
Yes, I do.
Oh, well, would you like to enlighten us?
No.
Being from the Florida area, I know that's where you make your home now, is it not?
No, I still live in Beverly Hills. I have property down there. I visit on occasion.
Which do you prefer, Beverly Hills or Florida?
Oh, there's only one Beverly Hills.
Oh, okay. Side headlock right now by Scotty. Wow, short turnbuckle in, and a glancing blow to the side of the head by that huge right arm of Hernandez. We're looking at probably a 22, 23, maybe even 24-inch bicep.
If he'd have caught him square on with that, he'd have knocked McGee cold.
Would have knocked him right out for sure.
His head would be in section 8, roll 11.
Right between the eyes. Well, Hernandez now starting to unload with the heavy artillery. Oh, clothesline, turned his shoulder just at the last moment, which probably saved his neck a little bit, but not a whole heck of a lot. Claiming victory, but the match is not over yet by a long shot.
You know, if McGee was smart, he'd retire and go home and sell bagpipes.
Well, you know, he's been away from the World Wrestling Federation here for a few months now with a very serious back injury. I don't know whether he's 100% or not, Bobby.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even care.
I'm sure you don't. But if one of your men had an injury, you'd care, right?
Sure, that's an investment on my part.
Oh, look at that elbow. That'll give you a negative attitude.
McGee, if you're smart, you'll stay down. You're used to being on your back. Don't get up.
Plants the elbow right on the sternum, but doesn't lock up anything. Very haphazard cover there by Hernandez. Very nonchalant about it. You're not going to beat a guy with the talent and capabilities of Scotty McGee with that kind of a move. How are you doing with your Japanese problems? Bobby, would you like to enlighten us about some of those?
I don't have any Japanese problems.
Well, I think you do in the form of the Super Machine and Giant Machine. They're a problem for you.
They're no problem for me.
They're a problem for Stud and Bundy.
They're no problem.
Oh, okay.
We got rid of the Giant one time. We'll do it again. I had him suspended. Right. We laid the Giant up in the hospital. We cut his hair. We put him out, and I had him suspended.
All right.
You know it. I know it.
Well,
the humanoids out here watching know it. That's
I
Andre
didn't
the
mention
Giant.
anything about Andre the Giant. Oh, ducked underneath by Scotty. Look out. Leapfrog. Nicely done. Oh. Ran smack into that clothesline. Hernandez was waiting for that. I never mentioned the word Andre.
You didn't have to. The only problem that exists are the people and you and the World Wrestling Federation thinking they're snowing me, and they're not. You're just making fools out of yourselves. You have the problem, I don't, because those masks are going to be ripped right off their faces. And Stud and Bundy are the men that are going to do it.
Won't you be surprised when you see that it's not Andre? And humiliated as well. Again.
Never.
Well. Scotty on the receiving end of a whole lot of punishment right now. Going to the outside. Very unusual move for this big guy. I don't know where he's going. He's going up. So why is that? Why is he? Look at that! You just look at the power slam. Well, I don't think Hernandez will be talking to you anymore during this match. Inverted atomic drop. Scotty McGee unloading with some offense of his own. Big snap suplex. Whoa! Well executed.
Scotty up, second turnbuckle on the inside, bombs away. Caught him right on the ear. He's got that adrenaline flowing right now. Irish whip, no, reversal. He was looking for the clothesline and got kneed. Uh-oh, backbreaker coming up.
Picked him up with one arm.
This one is over. McGee wastes no time in submitting here, and rightly so. Whole lot of pain involved in that particular move.
See, I'm not sure Hernandez was aware that he had had a back injury. If he had, I'm sure Scotty McGee would have been
Ladies and
polished out
gentlemen,
in
the
about 10
winner of the
seconds.
match, Hercules Hernandez.
Hercules Hernandez, after taking some punishment from Scotty McGee, really came to life. Let's go back and take a look at how he polished off the young Scotsman. Here it comes. Scotty was looking for a clothesline right there, Bobby, and got caught with that knee.
Well,
And look at this, slips in deep here between the crotch. And if his back wasn't healed, it certainly isn't right now. Imagine the awesome power of Hercules Hernandez as he pulls down on the vertebrae in the back. On to victory, and a very impressive one for Mr. Hernandez. We'll be back.
Wow, impressive individual. However, you know, Freddie Blassie, I say a lot of derogatory things about
Sure you
Blassie, you know, but I give credit where credit is due. He's very intelligent. At one time, he was the manager of the world champions when they were Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik. He obviously figures that these guys are over the hill now, Bobby.
Well, he
along
also-
with Hernandez.
he
Why
also
would he sell?
He also managed the world champion, the
I
Iron Sheik.
understand that, yes.
Why would he sell?
Well,
Freddie,
only half.
half. See, he didn't sell at all. Freddie Blassie's a very shrewd individual. I don't know what money transpired or how much money, but you just know Freddie Blassie's lifestyle. You call him
Bet a
cheap.
lot of money.
A lot of money, exactly. And Slick came up with a lot of money.
Slick. Well, where did this guy come from?
Well, I don't know where Slick came from.
I understand.
Or
that he
maybe
come
I
from
do
the
know
Beverly
where he-
Hills area. Used to manage a lot of ladies of the evening, shall we say. That's the rumor that's going around. You know anything about that?
No, I don't.
Well, we'll check with our dear friend Kenny Resnick. Maybe he knows something about it as he interviews the ladies' world
I know
champion.
a girl named Ruby.
All right, again, Gorilla Monsoon, thank you very much. And again this evening, like every night, tremendous job indeed as host of Primetime Wrestling. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've asked to be our guest at this time, the ladies' champion of professional wrestling, the fabulous Moolah. And of course, Moolah, as you well know, so many challengers for this ladies' championship belt. But it seems that one name keeps popping up, and you're no stranger to her indeed, Velvet McIntyre.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, that's over and done. I beat her on WrestleMania in 90 seconds. If I were Velvet, I would hide my face.
Well, that had to be certainly a record for a championship match. But as vehement as she has been lately in demanding a rematch, perhaps she has detected a weakness in your arsenal.
She hasn't detected a weakness because I don't have one. As far as I'm concerned, it's over.
All right. Now, Moolah, if I may, I'd like to ask you, a lot of fans saw it not only on TNT, but here on Primetime Wrestling. You recently participated in the mating game using, under the guise of Clarabelle, so as not to reveal your true identity. Now, I understand you have gone out, you have had the date with Jim the Anvil Neihart, and I'd like to ask, how did the evening progress?
That's none of your business.
Well, now, Moolah, under the rules of the mating game, if you come back on TNT and reveal the, shall we say, romantic details of the evening, you and the Anvil receive $10,000. Now, certainly you're not going to pass by that kind of money.
Well, I've got to think about it, and I'll speak with him. We'll see what we decide to do, okay?
Well, could I ask you, can we expect perhaps to get wind of future dates between you and the Anvil?
You're awful nosy. I figure it's none of your business.
Well, we've had so many cards and letters wondering regarding the
I
details.
don't care about your cards and letters. Now, my private affair with him is my business and his business, okay? So I would advise you to keep your nose out of it.
Perhaps things do not go all as we expected. We'll be back right after this.
Wrestling fans, tag team action, hot and heavy as always here in the World Wrestling Federation. And we're going to take a look, Bob, at what I feel is two teams that are in the top five, I would say. The All-American out of Syracuse University, Mike Rotundo, and the Golden Boy, Danny Spivey, against Rudy Tootie and company, the Funk Brothers.
School's out. Knock off that.
For who?
For the American Express. University of Syracuse, All-American. Whoopee.
Let's go to
I don't
Ringside
even
Wrestling
wanna
fans and
watch
take a
this.
look at this exciting match.
Ladies and gentlemen, this tag team match has one fall. Introducing from Amarillo, Texas, with a combined weight of 496 pounds, Haas and Jimmy Jack, the Funk Brothers.
Well, we're waiting the appearance of the opposition.
I got the answers. Rotundo and Spivey, no doubt, are underneath the bench right now, and they're trying to coax them out.
Please, give me a break.
Another capacity crowd on hand here at Toronto Maple Leafs Garden, waiting for the appearance. Here they come now.
Introducing from Syracuse, New York, weighing 245 pounds, Mike Rotunder, and his partner from Florida, weighing 280 pounds, Golden Boy, Danny Spivey.
The American Express has arrived on the scene. And Golden Boy, Danny Spivey, and All-American out of the University of Syracuse, Mike Rotundo. Talk about two speed merchants. These guys can move it around.
Haven't you about had it with all this waving of the flag and mom's apple pie?
Absolutely not. When they put me in the ground, that's when I'll stop waving the flag.
Oh, you can be patriotic, Monsoon, but enough's enough.
Attack here by the Funks right off the bat. Bell is gone. We're underway. Oh, got double crossed right at the end. Double atomic drop. Double knockout. Double scoop slam. And the Funks are heading for lower ground.
Look at that. A man's property. You're kicking the man's hat.
Just goes to show you, when you play with the bull, you get the horns.
Yeah, but you don't get the horns where he got it. That's man's property. That's probably a $300-400 hat.
Well,
Look at it. That's a good-looking hat.
everyone knows that Jimmy Jack doesn't have both oars in the water. Look at him. He thinks he's the Lone Ranger or somebody.
Well, he's a little out of bounds, but
Yeah, I
that's
guess
all right.
so. My God.
If we all were sane, Monsoon, we'd be like
You wouldn't have anybody in your family, would you, in your stable?
I wouldn't want
It'd
anybody
be
sane.
empty.
I like them when they're a little bit twisted.
Boy, you certainly got some.
Hey, every football coach.
Oh, look at this. Rotundo taking exception. Obviously, some very derogatory remark made to him by Hoss Funk. And Rotundo's in. Let's see whether Hoss tags out. No, he's going to stay in there. Sparks are flying in the garden. Shoulder block. Rotundo backed up, and he didn't go down. The tag team action hot and heavy right now here in the World Wrestling Federation. Of course, the reigning champions, the British Bulldogs, Dynamite Kid, Davey Boy Smith. They've got all kinds of heavy opposition looking for them, including King Kong Bundy and Big John Studd.
Oh, we're not looking for anybody. Let them come looking for
So
us.
you don't want a title shot, right?
Sure we do, but they're going to have to come to us. We're the #1 contenders.
Well,
we want the Bulldogs.
Right now, you're not the #1 contender.
Yes, we are the #1 contenders.
I believe you're mistaken.
I've never been mistaken.
I believe there's a three-way tie right now for as far as who's deemed #1 challenger.
Who would you say?
And that is King Kong Bundy, Big John Studd.
Correct.
The Dream Team, Greg the Hammer, Valentine, Brutus, Beefcake, the
They're up
former
there.
champions, and the Giant and Super Machines.
What are you doing?
Look at this, beautiful moves there by Mike Rotundo. And down went Hoss. He's coming out you're coming out the wrong way, pal. No, the ring is that way. You have to go that way. That's how you get in the ring. Boy, look at the strange look on that kisser right there. I thought Jimmy Jack was the one that didn't have both oars in the water. I'm not too sure about Hoss anymore. Boy, did he have a look in his eye. Looks could have killed. I'd have been dead right there. That'd have been yesterday's news.
Then you wouldn't have had to worry about any more of that flag waving.
Absolutely. Or anything else for that matter. Wrenching it up with a side headlock. There's the quick tag. And the young Golden Boy stepping in. Some 6'8". 300, I don't know, maybe close to 300, 275, 280.
A big drink of water.
And agility.
Yeah, he knows how to step in and out of a ring.
Uh-oh, got backed into the wrong part of town. He's trying to fight his way out of there. Oh, he made it with a double noggin knocker, and both the Funks are down.
Where is Jimmy Hart?
Mouth of the South, very conspicuous by his absence here.
Well, he might be with the Hitman. He might be with Neidhart. He might be with Adrian. He's a busy man.
Well, I think that this is an extremely important match for the Funks, and they would have certainly been to his advantage to be here. I'm glad he's not here.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he thought that the Funks didn't need him with these two Hammond.
But this would be a night off, right? Huh.
Mike Rotundo been looking for a partner for quite some time here in the World Wrestling Federation, and he certainly found one right now. El Softo in the ring right now.
You ever sat down and talked with Jimmy Jack?
No, I never had that pleasure.
I did once.
Or displeasure.
I did once.
Would you like to tell us about it?
I didn't understand the thing he said.
Oh, that's obvious.
That was fine with me.
Challenging a test of strength here in a finger lock. I don't think that Jimmy Jack can win this.
Wrong again, Monsoon.
Used a nice leg trip to get him down.
Wrestling.
There's that inexperience showing up. Well, he's not having much success holding his shoulders down.
And the referee's not having much success reaching three either.
Terry Yorkston, one of the premier referees here in the World Wrestling Federation. Are you questioning his authority and his capabilities?
Would I do that?
No, never. I'm sorry I even gave that connotation.
Coming up now, got that height advantage, and now the table is turned here.
But only momentarily.
Give it up! Give it up!
Obviously, the news that shocked the world of wrestling in the last several weeks here is, of course, the latest escapades of one Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. Now I understand, also under your tutelage.
That's right, pal. I've got the biggest and the best athletes in professional wrestling today.
Would you like to tell us what you have in mind for Mr. Wonderful?
Oh, I'll tell you what I got in mind for everybody.
Oh, good.
I am going to control wrestling in 1 year. Orndorff or Harley Race will become the heavyweight champion.
Handsome Harley?
Handsome Harley, the king of wrestling.
The king, oh, sorry.
As you like to refer to him as. Will become the heavyweight champion of the world. Stud and Bundy will become the world's tag team champions. And I will not only become complete host of Prime Time, commentator of the year, I will maybe be president of the World Wrestling Federation, and the whole sport of professional wrestling will be ruled by me, and everybody will have to come to me when they want a favor.
Sounds a little like the Wizard of Oz.
To me, sort of a fairy tale, is it not? You never mentioned Orndorff, what you had in mind for him.
I just said Harley Race or Orndorff would become heavyweight champion.
Oh, okay.
See, you're slowly losing your job. You're not paying attention.
I don't know, Brain. You left out one important title here in the World Wrestling Federation that you don't have designs on at all.
What?
The Intercontinental Championship.
Well, the Macho Man's got a busy schedule. If he wants to put the title on the line, we'll be more than glad to oblige him.
Feeling the wrath of the All-American out of Syracuse University, Mike Rotundo, is Jimmy Jack Funk.
Oh, isn't that American how they snuck a tag? That's nice.
I'd say it was very clever.
Clever to do something behind somebody's back?
Referee question now. There's a tag made by the Funks, and the referee did not see that. He won't allow it. And another false tag made by Rotundo.
You're condoning this because you don't like them. That's the only reason. You're not being fair.
I didn't say that I condoned that.
You said clever.
It was clever. It certainly was clever.
It was sneaky.
Doesn't make it right, but it's clever.
The way one guy kept weaseling in and out of that ring.
Weaseling? You mentioned the word
well,
weasel?
I meant that's what they're doing.
Now, if I mention the word weasel, you get upset, right?
Because you would be referring to me.
Well, naturally, everyone knows that you and the name Weasel are synonymous.
I am
surprised you didn't wear your little hat.
What hat?
A little weasel hat.
I don't have a weasel hat.
I thought I saw you with one.
No, you never did.
Oh. Must have been another weasel.
There's only one. I mean, there's probably a lot of weasels out there. You leave me alone and just commentate on the match.
Losing it here in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens, Bobby the Brain Heenan, my colleague this week here at the broadcast position. Tag made now as Haas steps in. Both teams sweating profusely here. Going to be hard to hold on to.
Action hot and heavy in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens. Be interesting to see who, in fact, will be victorious in this match, because it's going to depend a great deal on where their career is going right here in the World Wrestling Federation. All that action coming up in just moments, wrestling fans. We're going to be back with the conclusion, so don't go away. We're back, fans, and the action not only hot and heavy, but Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens extremely hot, and conditioning will play an important part in this match, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that. We're going to see the conclusion right now, wrestling fans, so let's go back down to ringside.
Another kind of a hold.
Do they have air conditioning here at the Maple Leaf Gardens?
I think there is some kind of a cooling system. I think breathing is what it's called.
That's right. It's only 1986. This isn't modern enough to have air conditioning.
Look at those forearm uppercut shots by Haas Funk. Nobody delivers that blow any nicer or better than he does. Russian. Oh, ducked underneath nicely. Wow. Almost went down. High cross body. Hooks the leg. No. Save made by Billy Jack from the outside. Here he comes and gets caught with a scoop slam. Rotundo's on fire. And the Funks do the wise thing by bailing out.
Exactly, the wise thing. There's something wrong. Something wrong. The Funks just look a little disorientated to me.
Well, they certainly do. I think they missed their manager. I noticed you were over before the match even began, giving him some words of encouragement, words of wisdom, perhaps.
I was just asking him about a plane flight, flight number.
Couldn't do that in the locker room. You had to wait to come out here on the ring apron, right?
I'm busy, you know, at other times in my evening. I just don't. I saw him. It occurred to me.
You mean you don't have your own little Learjet that flies you from place to place with all your money?
No, I don't waste my money on stuff like that. I let the airlines fly me.
Oh, look at this. Nice armbar by Rotundo, and what tremendous leverage as he picked Haas right up off the canvas with it.
But I do charter a lot of planes.
I'm sure you do. Crisscross now. Who's going to make... Oh, look at that. Jimmy Jack from the outside. Terry Orston right on his case, but after the fact, the damage already done. Who knows what goes on behind that mask. Wow, right down to the concrete. Action on the concrete here in Toronto. Whoa, rammed right into the steel railing. Mike Rotundo in a whole heap of trouble as he's literally in a heap on the concrete floor here in Toronto.
Looks like he got derailed.
He certainly did. He got rammed right into that steel railing that's surrounding the ringside here.
Well, you want to play with the big boys, you're going to have to know what's going to take place.
Golden Boy over there and make sure no further damage is done from the outside. As the count goes on. Oh, look at this. Jimmy Jack over there again doing a number on Rotundo. You should have stayed there, Danny. The referee can't count you out. You're not the legal man in the ring.
Oh, now you've become their manager.
Well, you know, if you don't know all the rules and the ramifications involved, you could be in deep trouble out there. He can't hear me anyway. Oh, just got out. Rotundo did. Looked for all intents and purposes to be all over at that point. Abdominal stretch. And look at Haas reaching back. Oh, look at this. Referee can't see it. Spivey certainly does. And he doesn't waste any time coming in. And now it's the Funks who are doing the double teaming. And Rotundo in bad shape, needs desperately to make a tag.
he doesn't start to mount some kind of an offense here very shortly or make some kind of a tag, this one is going to be history.
Come on, Danny, wave the flag. Show him a picture of Mom.
Forgot apple pie. Or peanut butter pie.
Whatever.
Whatever. Front face lock by Jimmy Jack. As Spivey looks on, not a whole lot the Golden Boy can do about it right now. As Rotundo needs desperately to reach his own corner. Another hot team here in the World Wrestling Federation, the Hart Foundation. Jimmy Anvil, Neidhart, and the Hitman.
That's correct. But getting back to what you were saying about the machines, just because the machines beat everybody in Japan, that don't make them a contender here in the World Wrestling Federation. They're being allowed to come into this country because they want Andre the Giant to do a number on myself, Bundy, and Stud.
Why do you keep mentioning Andre the Giant in the same sentence with your machines? I don't understand your thinking.
I don't understand why you keep thinking I'm dumb.
Well, it's obvious.
It isn't obvious.
Rotundo still unable to get over to the Golden Boy. And he is absorbing all kinds of heavy-duty punishment. Got very close, but not close enough to make the tag as Hoss was there to stop him. Oh, look at those shots. I'm glad I retired. Rotundo with a forearm of his own. Not a whole lot behind it. Not even enough to get him out of the corner. Wow, you can hear those shots, the smack of the flesh all the way from here.
You can see the sweat flying about 10 feet.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Back suplex by Hoss Funk over for the cover. Could be all over. Golden Boy comes in. Whoa. That was about 2 3/4 count there.
That was 3.5.
3.5. I must have missed something. Double underhook from the backside. 2 count once again, and that's all he could get. Talk about determination and guts. Rotundo certainly has that nice block of that suplex move, and another block by sticking the left leg in. Oh, where did he find the energy to do that? Good opportunity here for Mike to make the tag. Of course, I don't think he even knows which way is his own corner.
Yeah, but he's that way most of the time.
He's heading in the wrong direction right now.
He's that way most of the time, too.
Now he sees his man. Now he's trying to get to his partner, and so is Funk at the same time. There's Spivey with the tag. Oh, look at the southpaw come in on fire. Here comes Jimmy Jack. He got one, and he catches another one right in a kisser. Look out, double noggin knocker. Spivey, with all that energy cooped up inside him, has exploded. Oh, drop kick. The big guy really got up in the air. Scoops in for another slam. Leg drop off the ropes. Over for the cover. Could be all over. Hooks the leg. No. Action fast and furious here in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens. Look out, close line up. Jimmy Jack came in and Rotundo right there to meet him. A bulldog perhaps coming up. Oh no, he ran into a clothesline by Jimmy Jack. And the Golden Boy is down.
Tremendous teamwork, that's all I can say. Tremendous.
Opportunist move there by Jimmy Jack Funk. Caught the youngster, the Golden Boy, Danny Spivey, unaware. Referee never saw it. The Funks are going to walk away with a victory here, but it wasn't any picnic. Let's get the official word. Well, we can't quite get it. He doesn't have a microphone right now. We're getting one to him. Let's go to our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, Hoss and Jimmy Jack, the Funk Brothers.
Hoss and Jimmy Jack victorious, but the crowd, as well as I am, very upset about what went down. Let's take a look at it. He was going for a bulldog here, Bobby, and ran right into that clothesline by the illegal man.
It doesn't matter. It's great teamwork.
And believe me, that was enough to put him away. He didn't even see it coming. Knocked right into the middle, and next week, on to victory, the Funk Brothers. We'll be back.
Wow, a real damaging blow to the career of the Golden Boy, Danny Spivey, and Mike Rotundo, was it not?
I would say the most damaging blow to his career was when he first bought trunks.
Oh, get off, please.
He should just hung around Syracuse University with Rotunda and sat in the crowd and cheered with the pom-pom girls. And
Let me ask you this, Bobby.
Sure.
With all the things you got going for you here in the World Wrestling Federation, how do you find time to take a trip and go to South Korea or North Korea, wherever you went, and find this humongous individual that we're going to take a look at in just a little bit here?
well, I had a sponsor over there. I had him shipped to me. I didn't
a
go
crate?
to Korea. No, not a crate. I had him shipped to me first class on Air Korea.
Right now, wrestling fans, someone who's challenged the brain with a special interview with Ken Resnick.
Gorilla and, of course, your co-host, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Now, Gorilla and Bobby, as you well know, wherever the World Wrestling Federation appears, one of the most popular matches anywhere. Fans flock from all over, and certainly the kids love to see whenever the midgets are on the card, and you know just how very popular they are. And one of the all-time great midget wrestlers, as popular as any of them and as rough and tough, Cowboy Lang. And Cowboy, first off, it's great to have you. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what, make it a little easier on a cameraman. How about if I come down and we'll get down same size?
Eye to eye.
We'll go eye to eye.
Right.
Cowboy, your travel schedule has got to be amongst the most grueling of any wrestler here in the World Wrestling Federation. You're literally in demand all over the world.
That is true, Ken, and I've traveled around the world, halfway around the world, and we're very in demand, and not very many midget wrestlers in the world. But especially the one I like to wrestle sometime is Low Tokyo. He's a world champion, and someday I'd like to get the crack at that title.
Cowboy, let me ask you, how did you get started in professional wrestling?
Well, I started in high school, a little bit of high school wrestling, and I've been watching professional wrestling. And I just decided to try to take it, and here I am, 20 years of it.
Now, really, there's, with your size, you're wrestling other wrestlers. As a matter of fact, how tall are you, Cowboy, and how much do you weigh?
I'm tall, is 4'3", and I weigh 105 pounds.
Now, when you're wrestling other men of the same stature, it's just as rough and tough as the big men, if you will.
That's true. You know, doesn't matter how bigger you are, they're tougher than you are sometimes.
Now, of course, one of the real treats for the fans is the tremendous speed that you always exhibit in the ring.
That's true. We are fast and faster than the regular sized wrestlers.
Now, Cowboy, with the grueling travel schedule you keep, it's got to be very tough to maintain any kind of real physical conditioning, but yet you're referred to as one of the roughest and toughest of all the midgets.
I think I'm the toughest. Tonight, I want to see that Lord Lowbrook in that ring with me.
All right, wrestling fans, Cowboy Lang. Now, stay with us. We'll be back with more Prime Time. Gorilla and Bobby the Brain right after this.
Nice interview by Cowboy Lang. Incidentally, after the interview was over, he issued a challenge to you, Bobby.
Well, see, he's mad because I took him a couple months ago to the Beverly Hills Country Club to play golf, and they wouldn't let him play golf there because
Why not?
he couldn't adapt. He's used to miniature golf.
Get away. Right now, wrestling fans, we're going to go to a special TNT piece and take a look at the latest find about, you know, if you wanted to be the co-host or the host of this, why didn't you introduce him right here on Primetime? You steady introduce him on TNT. Well, anyway, let's go to the special TNT piece.
I have my reasons.
I'm sure.
I do.
Where's Stud?
Pardon?
Where's John Stud?
Well, John Stud is not here today, but I have a new find that I'd like to introduce to the people. He is 7 feet tall, he weighs close to 400 pounds, and he's from Korea.
Korea.
Yes. He wears a mask, and his name is Kimchi. I'd like to bring him out now.
Kimchi.
How you doing, Gene? Hey, how you doing, Lord? Hi, Bob. What's going on?
Not much.
Right,
Well, he was educated in English schools in Korea.
All over the world, I was educated in English schools.
This is the biggest Korean wrestler in the world today. Wouldn't you say so?
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
I would have to say yes. He's got strange colored hair for a Korean, but yes.
Well, you know, the Americans came over my country years ago during the war, and they left a few of us behind.
And that's the best way to do
Got it?
Yes,
Any
figure it
questions you'd like to ask him?
No. I'm very curious, John. You still haven't unloaded that horse that you wear.
John, who? No, Gene. I mean, hey, John Studd. This is John Studd right here. This is John Studd. You don't see no mask on this guy, right?
That's John Studd.
That's right. What's my name again?
I mean,
I'm Kim Chi.
Kim Chi.
Yeah.
Is that funny to you? Is that funny to you? Is that funny to you people? Take it off. That's about as funny as Andre the Giant trying to pretend he's a machine. Andre the Giant is wearing a mask. You don't think it's funny. You contend that's a Japanese wrestler.
I don't think you have to be concerned about Andre the Giant. He's suspended anyway in the World Wrestling Federation, Bobby.
Well, I'm trying to show you a point here. Cool. As this man, the size he is, everybody knew him when he walked out with a mask on. Everybody knows this Andre the Giant.
Well, I don't know. You're trying to work me with this, Nicky, or whatever.
Yourself.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something right there. I don't know what some people have around here. You know, some people can get just anything they want. And then others like Bundy and myself and Bobby the Brain, we have to fight, we have to scrape, we have to get down on our hands and knees to get anything from the WWF. And guys like Andre goes out and he's hurt, he's embarrassed, he's humiliated, he buries himself, he comes back with a mask. What is this?
Because he can't come back, but they still allow it. That's what's getting me.
Guys. Here's the Japanese magazine, and on the front are the machines. You can see them, the giant
You know what
machine.
you can do with that magazine, Mr. Whipple? When the roll runs out, you can use that magazine.
You obviously are still very upset, Bobby. Why are you so upset?
Well, I'm not upset. I'm waiting. I'm biding my time. I'm going to show you and everybody else that I'm right.
Don't point at me, Bobby. Point your finger at me, because, you know, when you point one finger at me, there's three of them pointing at you. The machines are invading the World Wrestling Federation, and the first one that's going to feel the wrath of them is King Kong Bundy and Big John Studd, and perhaps even yourself. Whether you like it or whether you don't like it.
There's going to be some people revealed. There's going to be some masks taken off. And Studd and Bundy are going to do it, and I'm going to be behind it, and I'm going to show everybody. I'm not going to raise my voice anymore. I'm not going to yell. I'm going to be calm, cool, and collected.
If, in fact, it is Andre, he will be suspended for life, so what are you worrying about?
I don't like the idea that everybody's trying to make a fool out of me.
The captain has plans for you.
Captain.
We'll be back, wrestling fans, right after this special word. Don't go away. We're back, wrestling fans, and about to take a look at a very interesting match, one in which we're dealing with Billy Jack Haynes, newcomer here to the World Wrestling Federation, trying to get to the top of the ladder against the Iron Sheik, who's been there, former world's heavyweight champion.
Billy Jack must have no confidence in cloakrooms.
Why not?
Never checks his hat. It's the worst looking hat I've ever seen.
Always derogatory about someone else's clothing.
I don't see you wearing a hat like that.
I'm gonna get a weasel hat and wear it. Let's go to ringside.
Weasels don't wear. I mean, who would wear a hat like that?
Introducing from Oregon, weighing 257 pounds, Billy Jack Haynes.
Are those boos for Billy Jack?
No, the Iron Sheik was making his way unannounced down
His
the
opponent
ramp.
from Tehran, Iran, the Iron Sheik.
That's who the boos are for right there.
And you people shut up and don't call USA. USA is a sick country, not Canada. Canada, USA, and pro. Let me tell you something right now. This is the first time I've ever wrestled you in my life. I've seen you. I'm proud to be an American and proud to be here in Canada, aren't you?
They don't have a choice.
Oh, look out! Sheik doing a Pearl Harbor job on Billy Jack Haynes, and we're underway here. Gorilla Monsoon at ringside with Bobby the Brain. In Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens, and the Iron Sheik just did a number on Billy Jack Haynes right from the backside, his usual type of attack.
Billy Jack should have kept his mouth shut.
Nice leapfrog. And now the tables have turned. Look out. Clothesline coming up. And a beauty. A Sheik wants time out. He's not going to get any, I'm sure. Billy Jack Haynes, a master of the full Nelson. Sheik trying to do a sight job now by talking to his opponent, but that didn't work. Atomic drop coming up. Oh yes, make a wish. The crowd wants to see it. I want to see it. How about you, Bob? You want to see it? No.
I just saw it.
You just saw it.
Should be disqualified for that.
None of your men would ever stoop to that. True or false?
False.
Oh. Oh. Excuse me. That'll clear the cobwebs out. Tremendous athlete, Billy Jack Haynes, and a tremendous role model for the youth today.
Wouldn't you say that the Sheik is a tremendous athlete with his credentials from Iran?
He is a tremendous athlete, but he doesn't fit the role of
former world champion.
Leader for the youth of today. Oh, nice reverse hip lock.
Former world champion, world tag team champion. Man's got credentials. What does Billy Jack have but a stupid looking hat?
Well, he's got the right attitude, Barry. Doesn't smoke, drink, use drugs. Nice suplex by the Sheik. And at every opportunity, tries to have the youth of the world following his example.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, Monsoon. I don't condone all those vices either. But I'm saying the guy gets on the mic, he starts bad-mouthing the Sheik.
What is that, some kind of a Iranian salute?
I think he was pointing to his Uncle Abdul up in the balcony, meaning he's number one.
Look out. Irish whip in, clothesline, well executed by the former champion. Oh, look at that, he spat on him. That is disgusting. I think I'll have to have a little talk with the president of the World Wrestling Federation about issuing some fines for some of these anecdotes that are being used here by the likes of the Sheik. Abdominal stretch now, but it's not going to be effective. That left leg is not hooked around there, and Billy Jack is going to come out of this.
You mean Jack Tunney's going to stoop to fining people for spitting?
Not so much for spitting. No, I didn't say for spitting. He made some very obscene gestures in the ring.
He doesn't understand, Monsoon.
He doesn't understand.
Another country.
Please. Gut-wrench suplex. Of course, the Sheik, the master of the suplex, about 1,000 different versions, 2 count only, as that right arm came out of there. Tremendous matchup here this week in the World Wrestling Federation, as always. The Rolls-Royce of professional wrestling, the World Wrestling Federation, and right now, invading Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens. Look out. Oh, right up in front of us. Clothesline job by the Sheik. Over for the cover. He might have knocked the wind out. It might be all over here. Oh, 2 count only. As Billy Jack manages to kick out, but he is hurt, in deep trouble. Well, he came to the World Wrestling Federation because he knew this is where the greatest array of talent is, and he's in there with some of it right now. High vertical suplex. Oh, yes. Hooks the leg. Not going to get him. Irish whip in now. Nice elbow, well placed. Sheik is down. Looks like he might be out of it. 2 count once again. That's all he could get.
He's a tough man. It's going to take more than Billy Jack to keep him down.
Oh, there's the full Nelson. Slapped it out right in the center of the ring. Look at the look on the Sheik's face. Oh, look at this. He had to break it. He had to turn it loose. Nikolai Volkov coming down the ramp. I know it's a Sheik off. Come on, referee, ring the bell. Oh, he got it. Tremendous upset victory here for Billy Jack Haynes. He beat them both.
We didn't beat them both.
He certainly did. He outsmarted him. Let's get the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Billy Jack Haynes.
Billy Jack Haynes doing a psych job number on both Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik. Let's go back and take a look at what went down. Here he comes. Right now, the Sheik spins around and puts a full Nelson on Billy Jack. Now watch this. He drops right out of the way and down goes the Sheik. Overhooks the leg, 1, 2, 3. Volkov too slow to do anything about it. Tremendous victory here in Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens for Billy Jack Haynes. We expect great things from him in the future. You're looking at a superstar here in the World Wrestling Federation. We'll be back.
Wow. Slick will not be happy about that. Going home with the short end of the stick, money-wise. And Slick appears to me to be a guy who's extremely interested in money.
Oh, yeah. Slick, and I understand Slick has a lot of money.
He won't have it very long if he sticks around with the fashion plate with old deep pockets. He'll worm whatever he's got right out of him. You can go to the bank with that.
Are you saying that Freddie would maybe take the guy to the cleaners?
Yes, literally and figuratively. Blassie is a smart cookie. He's been around this professional wrestling game for, who knows, 40 years? 35 years? Almost as long as you, Bobby.
I haven't been around that long.
And you won't be, I can guarantee you that, because there's guys hunting for your case right now. Everyone's on your case.
No, wrong.
Everyone on the case of Bobby the Brain Heenan. Somehow he said he's going to survive and take over the entire World Wrestling Federation.
I'm the host.
We'll be back
I'm
with
here.
special delivery
I'm
in a
survivor.
moment. There. We're back, wrestling fans, and plenty of action left here this week on Prime Time Wrestling here on the USA Network. We're still going to take a look at the fantastic flying Rougeau Brothers as well as Dynamite Kid and Brutus Beefcake. Interesting matches still to come here.
But coming up, we got Tony, Mr. USA. No, it's the Junkyard.
Special Delivery Jones. In fact, wrestling fans, we're going to join that
apart.
match in progress as he takes on Rusty Brooks. So let's go down to it right now.
You sure?
Steve Jones very thick, and I don't mean upstairs. I mean all over. Upper body especially, through his shoulders and the pectoral area. But Brooks with that big weight advantage. SD giving away approximately 80 pounds. You don't want to get him wild up. Out of the West Indies, Antigua. Home base. Oh, nice snap there. Wow, good thing he got out of there in a hurry. And Jones now going to work on the left leg of Rusty Brooks. And he goes down to the canvas. It'd be tough to hold this guy's shoulders down, I guarantee you that. Smart maneuver by SD to pick a spot, an arm or a leg or something, and go to work on it. Especially if you can get the big guy off his feet. That's where he's most vulnerable, when he's down on the canvas. And SD once again scooping that leg. Putting pressure on the toe and ankle. A lot of pressure. You can see the look on Rusty's face. Reaching back for some tights. And Brooks gets out of there by hook or by crook. Going to trade a few blows here. SD a southpaw, as you can tell. Oh, whoa, shot that right in several times, right into Kisser. And Brooks goes down. He may be ripe for the picking here. SD might have found the weak spot, maybe a glass jaw on the big guy. And a headbutt. Whew. SD has that down to a science. Brooks still coming back, but trapped in the corner. Not too much you can do about it. Look out, ring post. Wow. SD followed him in, but the big guy scooted out of there. And now it's Brooks on the offense. Amazing how quick the tide can turn in the world of professional wrestling. And SD hard into the corner. Here comes Brooks, all 340 pounds worth. SD won't be able to take too many of those. Uh-oh, went to the well one too many times. Oh, reverse sunset flip. Got the shoulders down, 1, 2. He got it. Experience paying off for the man from the West Indies, Special Delivery Jones. And Brooks said, I didn't have my shoulder down, I had one up. Not happy with the decision, and the action's still going on. Well, that'll take him out of the picture, that headbutt. Let's go up and get the official.
The winner of this bout, Special Delivery Jones.
One of the mainstays of the World Wrestling Federation, Special Delivery Jones.
The guy used to be a mailman or something?
Why? Because his special
delivery? I mean, why does he go with that handle?
They don't have any mailmen in Antigua, and that's where he's from.
Nobody writes to anybody in Antigua.
Nobody writes to anybody there.
What's the difference? Nobody could read a letter anyway there.
Oh, my God.
But they could sure lick them stamps there, couldn't they?
I'll tell you what, there's two guys coming up next on Prime Time Wrestling that you better take a close look at, because your guys are going to be seeing a whole lot of them in the weeks and months to come here, and that is the fantastic Jacques and Raymond, the Rougeau Brothers.
You know, that's funny. Every place I go through airports and everybody's talking about the Rougeau Brothers. Everybody's talking how fantastic they are. Personally, Batman and Robin do not impress me. Oh, they're quick, they're flashy, they're young. I guess they're good looking to some people's opinion. They're supposed to be cagey, they're supposed to be smart, they're supposed to be agile.
Are you done?
No.
We'll be right back, wrestling fans.
To be good looking, they're supposed to be sharp.
Still going, huh?
I wasn't done.
Right through the break, you kept going. We missed all that, Bobby. Would you like to go over it all again?
No matter what I'd say to these people out there, they'd miss it, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, the Rougeau brothers aren't going to miss too many tricks. In fact, they are two of the nicest individuals I've ever met outside the ring as well. And these guys certainly have a tremendous career ahead of them. But they're in there with two tough guys being the former World Wrestling Federation champions, the Moondogs. So let's go to the match. Let's go to ringside.
This tag team match has one fall. Introducing first, from parts unknown, with a combined weight of 550 pounds, Rex and Spot, the Moondogs. Their opponents from Montreal, Quebec, with a combined weight of 472 pounds, Raymond and Jacques, the Rougeau Brothers.
Welcome everyone to Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens. The Rougeau Brothers, Jacques and Raymond, in tag team action here against the former World Wrestling Federation tag team champions, the Moondogs. Of course, at that time under the tutelage of one Captain Louis Albano. Do you remember that, Bobby?
I don't care to discuss anything with you when you mention the name Captain Lou Albano.
Bobby the Brain Heenan joining me this week here at the broadcast position, World Wrestling Federation microphone.
I can't help it. These guys remind me of Batman and Robin.
Why is that? They don't wear any capes or any different colored outfits? Or?
No, but the Rougeau Brothers are the kind of guys that want to stick their nose in everybody's business. They're for law and order. They want to do what's good for the little man. They're just a pain in the turnbuckle.
In other words, everything that you're against, they're for.
No, I'm for live and let live, Monsoon.
So why don't you let the Rougeau Brothers live then?
Remember this. Okay. A friend in need's a pest.
Oh, I thought a friend in need was a friend indeed. Something to that effect. Moondogs, parts unknown, Rex and Spotty. Of course, at one time here, there were more than two Moondogs in the World Wrestling Federation. I think we had Spike and King, and there's a whole litter running around here at one time. Of course, Spotty was the runt of the litter, but as you know, the runt of the litter usually turns out to be one of the meanest ones, and he certainly is. Oh, nice reversal of an arm wringer there. Quick tag made. Rougeau Brothers noted for their agility, speed,
tremendous athletic ability and come from a wrestling background, a wrestling family. Their dad, a world-renowned professional wrestler from years ago, long before your time, Brain.
Oh, no, I know his father.
You do?
I've been in on cards where his father wrestled years and years ago.
You're kidding. I didn't think you were that old.
I'm not that old, but I started when I was young.
No, you must have been 3 when you started.
No, I wasn't 3 when I started. His father's Jacques Rougeau.
That's correct.
He was the original pain in the turnbuckle.
Oh, yeah. Well, he is still with us today, and I'm sure that you would not care to hear him, let him hear you make that remark when he's in the vicinity.
You think I'm going to let some guy sitting there with a shawl on and a rocking chair intimidate me?
Yes. Yes. Oh, look at that. Nice over the top of the back. Drop kick out of nowhere. And a nice single leg trip by Raymond. Or no, it's Jacques. Oh, which is it, Brain? Is it Jacques or Raymond in the ring right now?
Robin.
Robin is in the ring.
Here comes Batman. He's
Batman's
the bigger
coming in now. Give me a break. Another tag made as Spotty steps in.
They still reside in Montreal?
Yes, they make their home in Montreal, Canada, and of course we'll be touring all over wherever the World Wrestling Federation is going in all of these United States, North America, South America, Japan, Australia, England. World Wrestling Federation being seen on the Sky Channel over in England and quite a bit of Europe. Yes, you were going to say something?
Just say worldwide. They'll understand.
Worldwide, definitely. The Rolls Royce of professional wrestling, the World Wrestling Federation. Look at that nice maneuver around into a hammerlock. Spotty trying to back him into the corner. That's one way to break that hold. Elbow placed right low underneath the sternum area. Irish whip coming up. No, nice reversal. Oh, he didn't. He turned it into a beautiful arm wringer. Almost pulled that thing right out of the socket. And he does it again. Boy, I haven't seen that done in a number of years. Spotty backed into the wrong corner and caught a haymaker. I'd like to see the Rougeau Brothers in there with 2 of your beauties, King Kong and Big John.
You better keep your eyes open. They wouldn't last long, those 2 punks. They wouldn't be in there long, I'll tell you that.
Double reversal here. High cross body, hooks the leg, 2 count only. Just about a 2. Raymond making a quick tag once again. They are quick.
I can imagine them growing up. They must have been quick in the neighborhood because they must have had to get home quick. I bet there are a lot of guys that kick their tails.
Highly unlikely. Why do you say things like that?
Because I can just tell. Look at their faces. They got that sissy look. They're like big pansies. You know, they're all crybabies. I can just tell.
You don't see any scars on their faces, do you? I don't. Spotty trying to reach over and make the tag. He does, but the referee did not see it. Terry Orston's not going to let Rex come in. And a false tag by the Rougeaus. They got away with it.
Nice, honest gentleman, too.
Part of tag team wrestling. Being able to pull the wool over the eyes of your opponents.
Well, it's not hard to confuse Terry Orston. I'll tell you that right now.
We're about to see it again here, perhaps. As the Rex Moondog complaining that there was no tag made and that he made a tag and he wasn't allowed in. Spotty hard into the corner. Monkey flip coming up. Oh, he got caught. Rex went right down the line and planted one right in the lower abdomen as he was about to do that monkey flip. And now Spotty up on the second turnbuckle from the inside. Let me ask you this, Bobby, the brain.
What I'm here for.
What kind of brainwashing job did you do on former Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff?
Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff just saw the light, Monsoon. Things were made apparent to him that he shouldn't carry Hulk Hogan any longer.
Carry Hulk Hogan?
That's right. The only reason Hulk Hogan sold dolls, posters, had all the fame and fortune, was the world's champion, was because of Paul Orndorff. Paul Orndorff, when they were in a tag match together, when they were in a team together, Hulk Hogan wanted to be the show-off.
he wanted to lead the whole match.
That's
he
a
wanted
lie.
to dictate, to set the pace of the match. And it was Mr. Wonderful. The reason they were successful is because of Paul Orndorff. And it was just made apparent to him that he shouldn't be playing second fiddle anymore.
I'd like to put a lie detector on you one time, because that whole thing was a lie you just told everyone.
It was?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is the Giant Machine Andre the Giant?
Is the Giant Machine Andre the Giant? I don't know. The Giant Machine wears a mask.
You think it is?
He's a great big guy.
I'd like to put that machine on you. I guess the lights would be dimming in all the buildings, wouldn't they?
Maybe so. You know, I can't say it is or it isn't. I've never seen the guy without the mask. You can't prove it either. Wow. What a tremendous matchup. Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens. The Rougeau Brothers doing about just everything they want to do to the Moondogs. Spotty and Rex having a tough time, but this match a long way from being over. We'll be right back with the exciting conclusion in just a moment. Bobby the Brain Heenan, what a fountain of misinformation you were in the commentary on that match, telling everybody those untruths about the world's champion Hulk Hogan. Disgusting.
Hulk Hogan, your days are numbered.
Let's go back to ringside conclusion of the match.
Doesn't see it. He's not going to allow the other Rougeau brother to come in.
Isn't it funny how payback is just for...
Turn around, fair play. That's why I've always been of the opinion that there should be more than one referee involved in a tag team match. One on the inside, one on the outside. Ah! Beautiful high cross body. Nobody home here. Could be a big win for the Moondogs. Close, but no cigar.
Now, I'm of the opinion there should only be one referee for the simple reason if he can't do the job, there's been tag team wrestling for years, he doesn't belong in there. If he's that incompetent, he should be hanging around Jack Tunney's office, the president of the World Wrestling Federation, emptying out waste paper cans all day.
I don't know of one referee anywhere in the world today that can easily handle a tag team match.
I could if I was a referee.
I said I don't know of anyone. You resemble that remark?
I certainly do not.
2 count once again. Moondogs having a lot of success here.
I predict the Moondogs are going to knock these punks off tonight.
It wouldn't surprise me, former world champions.
Oh.
They have a lot of things going for them.
You know, and in the World Wrestling Federation, on any given night, anybody can be knocked off.
No
even
question
Hulk
about
Hogan.
that. No question about that. Top talent in the wrestling world here in the World Wrestling Federation, all with impressive credentials, and any one of them, as Bobby the Brain just told us, can be beaten on any given night.
So just like any card, you see from the first match to the last match, they're all main events.
Trying to retaliate a little bit here. Raymond, but no. Oh, look at that. Desperation move. Put everything behind it but the kitchen sink. Jacques backed into the wrong part of town once again. We're going to see another double team effort here by the Moondogs. Raymond looking on helplessly from the side.
Think their daddy's going to run out and help them?
Highly unlikely. Oh, beautiful high sunset flip. But that couldn't stop the onslaught of the Moondogs.
I bet their dad saved them all the other fights they had over their lifetime.
Reverse chin lock now by Spotty. On Raymond. Cheering being done on the apron by Jacques. And the fans, of course, capacity crowd here on hand.
No, that's Raymond. Jacques in the ring.
No. Are you sure about
Yes, I am. Question me?
Why is he saying, come on, Ray? It's Raymond who's in the ring. Spotty down quickly in front. Oh, beautiful scoop slam. Backbreaker perhaps, yes. Oh, and it goes over and whacks Jacques. And Jacques comes in like a house of fire. Referee right there to put him out. Look at this. Double team action. No tag made there either.
That's Raymond on the apron.
That's Jacques.
That's Raymond.
2 count. Whoa. Referee signifying to the timekeeper here it was only a 2 count. Tide has turned here in this matchup, and the Rougeau brothers on the receiving end.
You know, when it comes to think about it, it could be Fifi or Marie. It don't matter.
It doesn't, because they are one heck of a team. Oh, look at that mule kick right out of nowhere. Double knocker coming up. And just like that, the pendulum has swung the other way. Rougeau screaming at Spotty to get up. Oh. Shades of Pat O'Connor from years gone by with a mule kick. Look out, Spotty in, beautiful knife edge reversed. Oh, look at this. Down for the cover. Now Rex is right there to make the save. He never even left the ring. He was still in there. It's all four men in the ring right now. Tell me about a referee controlling this kind of action. Reversal here. Duck underneath. Look out, high cross body. Oh, over backwards. I don't know who's the legal man inside the ring right now, Bobby, do you?
Yeah, it's the Moondog.
Yeah, which Moondog?
And one of the Rougeau.
Oh, tremendous move. Spotty gets caught from behind. Sunset roll up. He got him.
He was holding on to his rope. The rope he's got around his waist, he was holding on to.
Tremendous victory here as the Garden explodes. Rougeau Brothers, very impressive victory here over the former champions, the Moondogs, and they are hot about it. Woo. Talk about your hot and heavy action. We've seen it right here this week. Look at Rex looking over the rope here, asking Bobby the Brain what happened. Let's go back and take a look and see. In fact, we can see what did happen. Look at this now. All kinds of action, broken looks. Look at Rougeau pulling himself up over the back rope.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, the Rougeau Brothers.
Look, he's holding his rope that he has for a belt there.
Well, is that part of his wrestling equipment, or is it not? What is he doing?
Do not pull a man's trunks. That's a
What
cheap
is he
victory.
doing wearing a rope in the ring to begin with?
Because he can wear whatever he wants.
Very upset, the Moondogs, at this surprise cover on the part of Moondog Spot as he went down for the count, and the Rougeaus, with their hands raised in victory, don't go away, we'll be back.
Cheap victory.
Indeed, was not a cheap victory, Bobby. And in fact, if I remember correctly, in the rule book, it states that you cannot pull a man's wrestling trunks. That is an illegal move. It doesn't say anything about a rope. This guy doing wearing a rope in the ring. Give me a
what
break.
he uses to hold his pants up with.
Well, that's his problem then, is it not? Let's
It'd be
face
everybody's
it,
problem if his pants weren't up.
The Moondogs don't have a whole lot of money tied up in wrestling attire, I'll tell you that.
Well, they invest their money wisely in other things.
Yeah.
Like bones.
Oh, like bones.
Grooming
Extraordinary thing,
aids.
like bones.
Yeah.
You know, our
Flea
feature
collars.
match is still to come here this week on Prime Time Wrestling. Dynamite Kid against Brutus Beefcake. Should be
Dynamite Kid and Davy Boy. He won't be here, but Davy Boy and the Kid.
What
It's
you have,
like
you have a
watching
problem with that name? Or?
No, it's just like watching Mr. Rogers, you know, on Sesame Street. You got a bunch of punks.
How about Brutus Beefcake? How does he fit into your thing?
It's a nice
Nice
name.
fella, right? Sweetheart. Stay with us, wrestling fans. Prime Time feature coming up right
Rather
after this.
conservative the way he dresses.
Well, wrestling fans, it's time for this week on Prime Time Wrestling for our feature. Dynamite Kid taking on Brutus Beefcake should be a real classic. In fact, I don't know, I think this match really, this was a challenge match, Bobby. Stemmed out of WrestleMania 2, actually, did it not?
I believe so, you know, and if Beefcake gets a win over Dynamite Kid, they've got to have another tag team championship match.
Well, only can they get a title shot if the Rules Committee deems they are number one challengers. No single match can do that.
Politics.
Let's go
I
to the
hate
match. Let's go to
politics.
ringside.
You know, I remember a long
And he
time ago.
represents from San Francisco, California, weighing 273 pounds, Brutus Beefcake. His opponent from Manchester, England, weighing 225 pounds. He is the co-holder of the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship, the Dynamite Kid.
Tremendous ovation for the Dynamite Kid as history was made in WrestleMania 2, Rosemont Horizon, Chicago. Newly crowned tag team champions of the world.
And wasn't that a fantastic match? That had to be the match so far of 1986. Of course, I'm a little prejudiced.
Well, it was the most colorful match, but I can assure you one thing tonight. I don't think it'll be what you call a wrestling match here tonight in Madison Square Garden. I think it'll be a brawl. I think the British Bulldogs upset them and beat them. I won't necessarily say upset. It was a great match. But I can assure you one thing, that his opponent is going to be trying to hurt him and prove the point that they are still the champion.
Well, I can't wait for the rematch, Ernie. I'm sure that there is in every title match contract an exclusive clause which gives a return bout to the losers.
Yeah,
and I can't wait for that match.
Really, me neither, but I can't understand why Valiant, as manager of the former tag team champions, would agree to single matches against both of the Englishmen. It doesn't seem, I don't know, what is it?
Well, I tried to get that out of him in the interview, Lord, and he said he was going to teach these guys a lesson. He wanted to do it in single competition. Well, I don't think you're going to teach a Dynamite Kid too many things.
I can assure you one thing. If I know Valiant's strategy, we've been around together for quite some time. His strategy is try to single them out individually. As individually might not be as great a wrestler as single.
Beautiful shoulder block by the Dynamite Kid, sends a beefer down to the canvas.
But as a team, they're a great team. And one of the things, you have two out here against one.
Nice drop down by Beefer over the top. Look at the speed of the Dynamite Kid. He's moving quick as lightning.
That's the fastest movement I've seen in such a long, long time. And he is such a finely conditioned young athlete. And last year, you know, Brutus Beefcake, in my opinion, along with Bret Hart, was the most improved wrestler of the whole year. I've never seen such a dramatic improvement in the performance. Maybe that's why Valiant was signed for these single matches.
Luscious John whispering in his ear says you're doing a tremendous job. He's getting his clock clean as far as I can see.
One thing you must understand also, that speed just exemplifies why they are world champions.
Speed, such an important part in the realm of professional wrestling. Power, of course, and that guy has it right there.
Well, look at his physique, the great condition they have to be in. They sleep in the gym.
This is not supposed to be a tag team match. Why doesn't John just step right up in there, Alfred, and, you know.
But he's giving, you know, really super advice.
The time for giving advice is over. He should have done that the last several weeks.
You know, if you turn the clock back, you know, you can recall on many, many occasions when the manager really got more involved than he should have been in. And I can assure you, if I had come to some conclusion about it, I can assure you that Luscious would be in this match some kind of way before this match is over.
Well, he was very instrumental in getting the title for his two men to begin with. I was on hand that night in the Spectrum when it all went down, and he played a very, very important role in that one. I'm sure we haven't heard the last of Luscious Johnny.
That's correct.
Test of strength right here.
Johnny, of course, himself was a tag team champion.
Yes.
So he knows the
tremendous wrestler in his own right.
Inside out, absolutely. I was on a tour of Japan with him a few years back, and he just showed those Japanese how it was done.
Brutus going to work now with an arm wringer, now drapes it over the shoulder for some further advantage, as the height advantage that he has makes that very effective.
This puts me in the mind a few weeks back when Larry Holmes broke his fist, snapping the man's elbow down, he broke one of his fingers in his hand when he was fighting Spinks.
Nice kip up, one-arm cartwheel. Look at this, underhook, right backdrop.
Tremendous fireman's carry.
A lesson in wrestling. He strung together there three beautiful moves and came up on top. The hallmark of a good wrestler is to finish with that hold.
What I was saying earlier, when he was snatching his elbow down like that, he could chip a bone in his elbow, and you might end up wrestling a complete match with the chip bone in your elbow, hairline fracture.
Oh, sure, we've all done that, Ern. How many times have we entered the ring with injuries that would put the layman at home in bed?
Many, many occasions. You know, one of the things, the promoter does not want you back in his area. If you're a crybaby, if you can't get an injury, and go ahead on. You come to Madison Square Garden and sold out, and you're in a top position on the card, the promoter does not want to substitute.
Absolutely.
And I don't want anyone else taking my check either, Bruno.
I guess not.
Especially here.
A few more words of wisdom from the mouth of Luscious Johnny Valiant as a side headlock now taken by the Dynamite Kid.
I can say one thing also. Oh,
suplex. Whoa, right on the back of his head.
And snapped him into that, because normally you wouldn't see either of the British boys land on the back of their head just like that.
Right to the lower abdomen, very, very close to being an illegal maneuver.
Beefcake has really become a consummate professional now. He really knows how to get his man into trouble and turn adversity into victory for himself. Look at him now.
Excruciating pain on the face of the Dynamite Kid as was beautiful camera work there. Brutus now off the second turnbuckle, plants another one.
That was very low though, Gino.
Well, I thought the first one was low too, but
not as low as that.
We're looking at one dimension here as we view our monitor, and it's tough to tell. But Brutus definitely in control of this matchup for the first time since the onset.
Dynamite Kid in definite trouble now.
Look out, all the way across the ring, a handful of hair runs him into that top turnbuckle.
And naturally he slowed down the Dynamite Kid, who was moving at breathtaking speed before.
Oh, this is where conditioning comes in so great. A lot of time, you know, you've wrestled for so long, and you know.
Remember a suplex.
Suplex coming up.
That you know that you're partly out of your.
What a beautiful horizontal top. Wow, well executed.
Wow, what a
He thinks he's got him. No, Dynamite kicks out at the 2 count.
5 years ago, that match would have been over.
For sure.
The difference is now, the athletes stay in the gym twice as much now because they know if you're in half condition, you will lose a match on a whole like that.
Brutus Beefcake frustrated, I think, Alfred, right now.
Absolutely.
Sends Dynamite in for the right. Oh, nice sunset flip. Got the leverage.
Good
no,
move.
he doesn't have the shoulders hooked.
No. Ernie made a good point there about the athletes of today, but so much is at stake now with wrestling. So much, they've become the prime athletes of the world, and their earning capacity has been increased by tenfold, and that's what makes it such a battle for physical fitness and to get right to that very top, the apex.
Just ramming the heel of the boot into the right eye of the Dynamite Kid, Brutus Beefcake. Brudi seems to be, I don't know, sucking for a little air right now.
Dynamite Kid, I think, was sucking for the air. Brutus seems to be taking it easy.
I'm kind of impressed, unless it's not an audience, strategy singing the man out because Beefcake is kind of.
Dynamite coming to life here, headbutt. And he's starting to explode here in the Garden.
He's
suplex of his own. Watch this snap.
Whoa! Oh, the speed of it is absolutely incredible.
Bombs away with a big headbutt, and Brutus Beefcake in a whole heap of trouble.
It's in trouble.
Turn those tables in just a split second there.
Luscious John running around the ringside as the fans are just eating it up here in the Garden. And Brutus does not even sure where he is. He's reeling from one corner to the other. Wide open. Look at John. He knows his man is in trouble.
Dynamite Kid is using everything.
Two
not only
headbutts.
Wrestling tactics, but brutal.
Oh, look at that. Nice maneuver on the part of Beefcake. As the Dynamite Kid was going for a flying headbutt, and Brudi just dropped down and sent him flying.
Oh, here's unbelievable Brutus Beefcake, because I thought he was really gone then and couldn't possibly do a thing about it.
Brutus looks like he's going into his tights. Reached down into his tights for some kind of an object and just clobbered the Dynamite Kid with it. Look at now, he's placing it back in there.
The way he's maneuvering, looked like he had a pocket or something in there that he was locating his pocket.
Boy, he sure was adjusting, reaching down into his tights. I'm sure he came up with some kind of a foreign object. And the recipient, the Dynamite Kid, is in a whole lot of trouble. Referee trying to get him back.
That was a tremendous form he was putting behind in the back of the neck.
Dynamite Kid now definitely in a lot of trouble, in deep trouble, and Brutus is not the one to let that get past him, because he's going to use that to all his advantage. He's
going to bring him in the hard way. Suplex from the outside. No, Dynamite Kid sneaks up over the top.
Oh.
Sunset flip, wraps him up. He got him.
Oh.
It's over.
Oh, brilliant move by Dynamite Kid.
Unbelievable. Just absolute. Look at the people there in pandemonium. Just unbelievable.
Right out of nowhere, when Brutus, not satisfied, hooks the Dynamite Kid upside down in the corner. That left leg is hooked underneath the turnbuckle. There's no way that he can get himself out of there. Come on, referee, you're going to have to turn that leg
Something's
loose.
going to have to be done because he can be really...
Oh, no, here comes Davy Boy.
Davy Boy's missing.
Out of nowhere. And Brutus running for his life, and there goes Valiant.
Valiant's running too.
Referee finally getting around to getting over there and turning the leg loose.
That's the original strategy. To single him out and try to hurt the man.
Arm raised by Brutus Beefcake, but the winner is inside the ring.
There's 23,000 people on their feet here.
Let's get the official word. Dynamite Kid pulling one out of the hat. Let's go back and take a look at the surprise move on the part of Dynamite. Here it comes, Brutus trying to bring him in from the outside with a nice suplex, but there's that athletic ability. Scoops up over the top. Nice leverage here. 4-point stance. No way that Brutus could kick out of that one.
Wow, just when Brutus Beefcake thought that he had things well in hand, Dynamite Kid showed him something, did he not?
Who knows and who really cares?
Who cares, right?
Exactly.
Well, to me it's important because it proves to me that the Dynamite Kid and Davey Boy Smith are just as dynamic in individual competition as they are as the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions.
Well, he didn't look like much of a winner when he was laying there on the mat, and old Davey Boy had to come run and save him.
Yeah, but he was the winner.
Oh, yeah, he was
All
the
that
winner.
took
He got
place
his
after
hand
the
raised.
match was over.
But he didn't look like a winner. See?
He didn't look
Importance is how you look.
You
Winning
didn't-
isn't everything. It's the
how
only
you look, right?
No, it's the only thing.
It's the only thing. Words of wisdom from Bobby the Brain Heenan. I'm surprised you didn't go to your philosophy, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. Well, wrestling fans, that wraps it up here for Prime Time Wrestling this week. Next week, we're going to take a look at Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, along with the Hart Foundation, and maybe trying to get some revenge for the defeat of Brutus Beefcake, his partner Greg the Hammer Valentine against Davey Boy. But most important of all, for the past 2 hours here this week on Prime Time, you've been expounding on the virtues of one Mr. Wonderful. Well, next week, the world's heavyweight champion is going to make a response to everything that's gone down so far in this case between I refuse to refer to him as Mr. Wonderful anymore, Bobby.
You know, I could really care less what you refuse to do or don't do.
I'm sure.
But I hope Hulk Hogan next week admits and comes out and tells you people how jealous he has been of Mr. Wonderful.
Please.
I hope he admits how much Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful, carried him. I hope he admits how when he went to the gym, he learned everything from Orndorff. I hope he admits everything, that he is nothing but...
We'll see you all next week, wrestling fans.
I'm not
you
done
are
yet.
done.